Good morning from the smoky Shuswap Community Teaching Garden. Smoky but bright, so I'm gonna be squinty. This weekend, what do you do, right? I'm at a little bit of a loss. It feels like we shouldn't have a work bee because this smoke isn't good to breathe. At the same time, a garden still needs help. And so all I can say is, if you would like to come up and you are able to sort of handle the smoke, even for a short amount of time, this garden still needs some love. This has been a very challenging gardening season, as you are all aware. Between super hot temperatures that either, fried out seedlings or stunted growth, continually having to water, and now with the smoke, it's sort of affecting the health of the plants. Now we've got pests up here. It's been a really challenging season, and our goal up here, we think of it like emergency food aid in a sense. We haven't had as many workshops and teaching as we would like. We certainly believe that anytime anybody comes up here to help the garden, that they are definitely learning. We learn from each other. We learn from the garden itself. I learn something new every season. I learn lots of new things every season. And so, a lot of the work that goes into this by the volunteers who continue to come up is we're trying to produce as much food as we possibly can to take it down. At this point, we take it down to the Second Harvest Food Bank. They are able to receive it and clean it and package it and distribute it to those who do need the extra assistance right now. And so this garden, we still want it to be as productive as possible. And, I really thank so much the volunteers who continue to come up here and lend a hand to this garden to make it, as healthy as it can be. And it's been tough. At this point, what needs to be done in this garden, and it hurts my heart to say it, but a lot of these plants, especially a lot of these brassicas, the Brussels sprouts and the kale, and it looks like this was like a purple cauliflower, I don't think they're going to make it. They have too many aphids, and it's just impossible to keep up to. We don't necessarily have people here every single day in order to spray these off. And it's almost like what I'm seeing is maybe by spraying them off so much, they're getting so much water that it actually affects them in a negative way too. Constantly watering your plants does not necessarily make them stronger, and it can leach away a lot of nutrients out of the soil. So, if they get into a weakened state, they just become more susceptible, and that's just the way it goes. And so I'm thinking maybe this weekend, if there are any chicken farmers, anybody who has a flock of something that could benefit from eating all these leaves, maybe come on up. And I think we're going to have to rip a lot of this out. By allowing it to continue, we're just encouraging more aphids. And, we tried to grow Brussels sprouts, and maybe it didn't work this year. And, we have managed to get some cabbages up to the Second Harvest. But maybe this round is just not going to work. And we can plant more and see what happens, and maybe better conditions will allow for some better crops in the fall. So if you have animals that could benefit from eating these greens, it would be great to have you come up tomorrow morning and bring your truck and come and get some of this foliage. That's what we'll just call it at this point, foliage. And then we will start over, and we'll plant more seeds, and we'll put lots of spinach in, and more kale, and more lettuce and other leafy greens, things that have a quick growth season, and so that we can still get more food up to Second Harvest, but it just won't be these. So yes, there will be people here to do some work tomorrow for however long it is that you can tolerate. And if you want to come and get some of this foliage for your livestock, please do. Otherwise, it's just going to end up having to go into the compost, and that's kind of a shame in itself too. But that's the nature of the beast. That's learning to garden, and it comes with its successes and also its follies. So tomorrow morning, you know, usually we say 9 to 12. Some people come earlier, some people can only stay a little while. Whatever works for you, please do come on up to the Shuswap Community Teaching Garden located at 5921 30th Street Northeast. That's up in North Broadview, past Elks Hall and Tasty Acres. And it would be really great for any weeding to be done. We also can help just to probably prune some of the tomatoes and you know, weed in amongst the new crops. We can do some thinning and just some cleanup in general, and just continue to keep working at this garden and grow as much food as we possibly can. You know, otherwise a lot of things are doing well, just some things are just not. So hopefully we can see you guys then. Thanks, take care.